I'm live here at 5-ish. Turn down my other thing here. All right, let's see what we got here. Got a box from the Chasing Cardboard Gang, and we're going to take a look at what's inside here. It's supposed to come on Friday, December the 30th, but I think UPS was pretty busy celebrating their victorious Christmas season and profits. So I got here 4 days late here now, and I'm going to open this thing up sight unseen. When I bought this thing, it was in the middle of a conversation I was having with Mike Moynihan. There was a box behind him. He was trying to get rid of some of his stuff, and I made he made me an offer, I made him an offer, and we met somewhere in the middle there, I guess. So here we are. We're going to look at this box together for the first time. The only thing I saw in here that I really liked, and it fascinated me, I should say, was a couple things that stood out. I only saw a handful of items in here, and it's pretty cool because the handful of items. Hey, Ken, what's up? Mike Moynihan, look what I have next to me, man. So a couple things that stood out here, and we'll get to them as we get through. But otherwise, I have no idea what's in here. This box is intentionally empty. It's like my relationship with most of my family. Oh, wow, look at all this, Mike. You really did a great job packing. So I'm going to take this out one at a time here, make some stacks. If anything, I got some really nice boxes out of this deal. So I still think Mike got the better end of the deal. So give me a sec. Oh. Mike, I'll text you later. Hey, Dean, what's up? Mike, I'll text you later to see if I tell you whether I got this box or not. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. So here we have a bunch of boxes. Chasing Cardboard. I think Glen was the name of our collector there. Maybe Mike can correct me, but it's Glen. Glen had these cards most of his life, and I'm pretty darn happy that now they're in my possession here. Cooter, what's up? Zach and/or Porter, Philly Joe, what's shaking? Again, Dean, Ken, and Mike. So Mike had this thing in a monster box next to the Beast, or maybe on side the Beast, and we were talking about something completely different. And he says, "I got to get rid of these cards." So again, he told me what he wanted for Glen. I told him what I wanted to pay, and we came to a two-man consensus. And here we go. I don't know which one to open. I'm going to open up 5B first. Oops, most of these have Mike's address on them, I guess. Should have done better there. Oh boy. So I'm going to try to, as I go here, try to figure out what a lot of this stuff is. So let's see if I can get my camera down here. These are part of a game, and they have baseball players on them. There we go. They are dime boxes. Baseball highlights here. So I have the baseball highlight sets. Let me see what we got here. Let's see if I can look this up in real time. What I like to do is I kind of like to cheat. Okay, so I'll bring up my screen. I'm going to present. I'll share that screen. Look at this over here. So you can kind of see my Beckett OPG. I'll type in early win. I don't know anything about these cards, which is awesome. I'll type in the number 71, and we'll see if Beckett has it. These are the new card highlights from 1960. Hey, Victor, what's shaking? New card highlights, 1960. Proud owner of the cards in the 72 card set measure, approximately 3 1/4 by 5 3/8 in 1960. The new card company introduced its baseball highlights set of newspaper style cards Each card singled out an individual baseball achievement with a picture and story. The reverses contain a baseball quiz. Cards 1 through 18 are more valuable if found printed totally black on the front. These are copyrighted CVC as opposed to NCI designation found on the red and black printed fronts. There's 72 cards in the set, of course. 1960. Awesome. It says here that the most valuable card would be your Mickey Mantle, then your Babe Ruth, and your Babe Ruth, and your Ted Williams, your Babe Ruth, and Mickey Mantle. That's no surprise. So I'm going to run through these real quick here. Got. Let me see if I can get the screen here. Stop sharing that stuff. Boom. And let's see. I'm going to try to get comfortable here. Oh, look what I found. I found a Ted Williams already, folks. So let's see here. Early win, Nellie Fox, McCovey, Galavito, Erskine, Sal Magley, Bob Allison, K-Line, there's Babe, there's Padres. Stevens pitches a no-hitter almost. There's a box score. Johnny Vandermeer, Indians, DiMaggio, Mathewson, Haddix, Thompson's homer sinks the Dodgers. We all know what happened there. Carl Hubble, whose hands were grotesquely distorted. Kickoff end series. That's Marty Marion there, apparently. They tell me, according to the card. Let's see. Maybe that works better for. Here's a Grover, Cleveland, Alexander card. Dizzy and Daffy. Owen. I don't know who Owen is. Ruth calls a shot. Merkel pulls a boner. Larson hurls perfect World Series game. Beanball ends. Career of Mickey Cochran. I have to read about that. I did not know his career ended by a beanball. Ernie Banks belts 47 homers. Stan Musial, Mickey Mantle, Roy Sievers, Gehrig, Shane Midget pinch hits for St. Louis Browns. Willie Mays makes a great catch. Homer by Yogi Berra puts Yankees in first place. Campy, Bob Turley, Dodgers. This is awesome. Carl Ferrillo, Joe Adcock. I remember that from when I was a kid. Adcock, 4 home runs and a double in one game. Bill Dickey chosen all-star catcher. Burdette. Umpires clear White Sox bench. It'd be fun to hear about that. Reese honored as greatest Dodger shortstop. Joe DiMaggio hits in 56 games. Ted Williams, 406. Walter Johnson pitches 56 straight scoreless innings. Gil Hodges hits 4 home runs in a night game. Greenberg returns to Tigers from Army. Ty Cobb named best player of all time. Man, that's cool. Robin Roberts wins 28 games. Rizzuto's 2-run save, first place for New York Yankees. Tigers beat out Senators. Babe Ruth hits a 60th home run. Cy Young is honored. Killebrew starts spring training. Mandel hits longest home run at stadium. Braves take pennant. Love that guy. Ted Williams, hero of All-Star Game. Jackie Robinson saves Dodgers for playoff series. Snodgrass muffs a fly ball in last inning of final game. Snyder belts 2 home runs to tie home run record. New York Giants win 26 straight games. Look at that hat. Christy Mathewson, great gentleman. Ted Kluszewski stars in first World Series game win. Ott walks 5 times in a single game. Harvey Kuhn takes AL batting title. Bob Feller hurls 3rd no-hitter of career. Yankees champs again. Aaron beats Yankees in series. Warren Spahn beats Yankees in World Series and umps. Wrong call helps Dodgers beat Yankees. Oh, boy, I'm out of breath. That's awesome. The 1960 new card highlights sets. I'll have to see what we got there as far as how we did set-wise, but that's pretty darn awesome. I can't – perhaps you can hear me smiling right now, but I'm smiling from ear to ear. Pretty tickled about that. Let's go with a smaller box next. This is a small box of – something penny sleeved cards. Again, these are kind of the leftovers, I guess, right, Mike? So I was okay with that. And right off the bat, it says, I need you. I need you. So let's take a look here, what we have. Oh, there's a couple different things in here. These are Funny Valentine, Funny Valentine. These are like old, I don't know what the heck these are, but these are pretty cool. Crossbow and legs. As a matter of fact, you're stupid. So I'm gonna look those up. Let me see if I can find those in my database. Let's just type in Funny Valentine and see what happens. Ooh, these are the 1959 Funny Valentines. So let's look at that together, shall we? Let's see here. Present, share screen. Boom. All right, these are the 1959 Funny Valentines. There is nothing in here other than says it's a 66 card set that's produced by Topps. So got that. Didn't know that was in there, but that's all right. That's a pretty cool little piece of history. I guess if you really liked a girl, you could send her a Valentine, or if you didn't like a girl, you could do that as well. Put those over there. What's we got here? These are rocket cards. So let me unshare this for a second. All right, so unshare, he says. Let's go to here to the rocket cards. Rocket cards, I'm sure they're from around the same era, the late 50s. This is a 3-stage rocket, these are all penny sleeved. Target the moon, robot nears moon. So this is, imagine a time collecting minerals on the moon. So imagine a time when you had no idea, man, this is before man was on the moon. So I'm going to look these up real quick. I'm sure they're Topps. Ooh, look at what it says on the back. Return to Earth. These are space cards. Topps Chewing Gum Company. Let's see here. Return to Earth, 1967. Let's see what we can find here. Return to Earth, 67. All right, so these are 1957. My apologies. 1957 space cards. Produced by Topps as well. 88 cards for the set. And these are going to be fun to put into my collection here. Pretty sure I want to keep these. This poor guy is trapped in a meteor shower. So 1950, what do we call that? 57 space cards. I got some of those to go along with our Valentine's cards. Got a nice box. Throw that box over there. All right. What do we got in the chat here? Guys, if you're still there, I appreciate it. This may be boring to you, but it's pretty cool to me. So obviously it's hard to sell these when all you know are baseball people, but I was kind of drawn to some of these things that Mike had showed me, which is why I was all in on this. So let's see what we have now. We have a bunch of blank backs. Oh, hold on a second here. We still have some more space cards. So there's more space cards here. This is takeoff for other planets right here. So pretty cool stuff. Not quite Mars Attack stuff, but really cool, real Americana nostalgia from the 50s. All right, let's see here. This is going to be awesome. I got myself some fun cards right here. Hold on a second. You're going to have to wait for it. This is kind of what I was just talking to one of my friends about, Chris from All Time Sports Cards. And we had a nice little discussion about this on air that we'll broadcast in the near future. But this is the kind of stuff that I really wanted. In particular, these are the 1958 Topps football cards. So let me see if I can get this down there a little bit. Sorry about the light. Cleveland Browns, Lenny Moore, a couple Lenny Moores, Gary Glick, Washington Redskins. Need to put that over there, don't I? Chicago Bears. Ooh, I might have some Bear Freaky Deeks there. San Francisco 49ers. This is Gary Naffelk. New York Giants, Chicago Cardinals. Yep, Chicago. You guys had the Cardinals. I know you guys know that. Los Angeles Rams, Joe Perry. This guy is the guitar player for Aerosmith. Roosevelt Brown, Pittsburgh Steelers. These look like we're getting in the 1960s here. Another Pittsburgh Steelers and L.J. Dupre. Let's see here. These are all tops, obviously. This is Bob Tonoff. I'm not sure what year that is. Maybe I should look that up in case somebody knows what it is. Let's see. Bob Tonoff. That's the 1960 tops. And I do not like wrestling cards, but I love Rocket cards and I love Funny Valentine cards. All right, so what's up, Dan Ryan? How are you? So I got a 1960 Bob Tonoff, and I have some 58 tops there. Next up here, let's see here. I'm gonna not read from Wikipedia. 129. 1960 Fleer football is up next. Okay. 1960 Fleer football. Keep in mind, this is the first year, I believe, of the AFL. So George Blanche, Hogan Wharton, Jim Baldwin, Gary Cobb. This is Bob Rafe Snyder, two of those. Tony Banfield. It's funny. It looks like they have pen marks on them, but they're actually goals out here in the distance. Awesome. Frank Bernardi, Jim Swink, Blanche Martin from the New York Titans. Good news is nobody has to pay taxes in 2023. Tom Reikelk. This is Romy Loud, Charlie Flowers. Now we're getting into another year. What this one is. God, I wish I knew these cards the way I knew baseball cards, but that's the fun of building your vintage football collection, I guess. Get to know the people. 59 tops. 59 tops, of course, we're back to the NFL. Ray Renfro, Bobby Lane. You may have heard of him. Jerry Mertens, John Johnson. Who names your kid John? And who names your kid John Johnson? Ed Beatty. It's the New York Giants. Sam Baker. Doug Klein. Ronnie Kane, Bob Doherty, and Ray Collins. So some 59 tops, some 58 tops, 160 tops, and a 60 Fleer football card. Oh, boy. I think I need to be hooked up to a monitor. Post. Got some Post serial cards here, and these are, again, football cards. And I love the names, too, here. Let's see here. Bill Barnes, 1962 Post. Billy Ray Barnes. Okay. Tommy McDonald, he's a Hall of Famer for the Philadelphia Eagles. And if you look back in the background here, that's the end zone, the open end zone at Franklin Field, University of Pennsylvania, where those guys play. Jim Gibbons, another Post serial card. Earl Morrell, Mike McCormick would coach, and I think GM later on in his career. John Rieger and John David Crow. These are 62 Post serial cards. It's all part of that deal. Oh, this is a big stack here, folks. You better drop your socks and grab your, let's see. This one's going to be fun. I love these cards. So cool. I mean, you've seen the baseball cards over and over again, but to see the football cards for the very first time really is fun. Jerry Kramer, I believe a Hall of Fame Scotty player. John Rieger, Los Angeles Rams. This is Bob Schnelker, Y.A. Tittle, Joe Krupa, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Eddie LeBaron, Stan Wallace. Sorry about the glare. There's something I can do about that, isn't there? Maybe there is. Let's see. Try that. Maybe that's better. Now, Triplett, Cleveland Browns, Bruce Bosley, another Y.A. Tittle, Hugh McElhenney, Another Hugh McElhenney, Stillers, Ray Matthews, the Colts from Baltimore, Dick Nolan. Got a lot of dicks in the box. R.C. Owens, Ray Renfro, Howie Ferguson, Bob St. Clair, Dave Hanner, Dwayne Putnam, another McCormick. Jim Ringo is, again, another Scotty Hall of Famer. Los Angeles Rams, Jerry Norton from the Philadelphia Eagles. Where am I going? Artie Donovan, we all know him. Anybody who grew up in the 80s watching David Letterman, like I did religiously, knew of the Artie Donovan stories. Jim Patton. This is Jim Muscheller. This is the Washington Redskins card. Look at the, again, with the players, but with the Redskins, it's really cool seeing the alternating letters. It's that old Gern Nagler. Gern was not in the baby book list of names when either time my wife was pregnant, or we might have had second thoughts on the boring names. We chose Stan Jones, Ralph Guglielmi. He may or may not have had mob connections. Green Bay Packers, and Jim Ray Smith. There, that's your 1959 Topps football cards. And we have some more posted serial here. Jesse Whittington, Rosie Greer, Lamar Lundy, and Frank Uso. Cool. So that's that box. A lot of cards in that box. Let's move on to another one here, shall we? Should I open the white box with nothing on it, the white box with nothing on it, or the white box with nothing on it? We'll go with the white box with nothing on it. Man, it's like Christmas, dude. Oh boy, what do we have here? This is Vernell Jones. How cool is that, man? 1950 Bowman. Vernell Jones, just sitting there on a, sitting there in a top loader, just waiting to be taken out of his box. Put that over there. This might be a fun box. Let's see here. These have some newer cards in them. The Donruss Hall of Fame Heroes. I have a couple of these cards, but I don't have all of these cards. Let's see. Is this just Mickey Charles? Yeah, it's just one of Mickey Charles Mantle. This is the man. Somebody knows that. I know that. It's like, dang it! I knew this. I have these cards. It's going to kill me, too, when I find out. 43, Don Russ. Oh, that's his puzzle card. I thought it was, there's some other set that they made, a Leaf set that they made in the 80s or 90s. So that's his puzzle card. I have the puzzle around the corner. I don't know if you guys have seen my puzzle wall, but got a bunch of puzzle, but just the puzzle card. Sorry for the alarm. So one of the reasons I bought this lot essentially unseen is because of this card right here. And for those of you who know, which is most of us, you'll understand the importance this card has in the history of baseball cards. And I'm not just building this up, but this is card number 1 of the Topps regular series cards, Andy Pafko. And it's a beater, but I wanted it because this is an iconic card. Think of all the 52 Topps when they came out. Again, they had other series before that, but this is considered the first real Topps series, I think, by all of us. So this is the first card, top of the pile, and rubber bands, all that stuff. So you threw this in a box and your rubber bands, and this guy was always the first one you saw. So I wanted this. I have it. Iconic card in my mind. It's beat up, but so am I, and I love it. So I have Andy Pafko, James Runnels. Let's just do it this way, huh? James Runnels, Hank Thompson. This is Don Leonard, and somebody was not very happy with Don Leonard, so they done scrawled all over. Larry Jansen, I don't know what he's saying to us. He says 7, I guess. Grady Hatton, Wayne Terwilliger. Al Rosen, Monty Pascal, Bob Elliott, Johnny Pesky has somebody wrote Tigers on his uni. So that's that. Jim Hegan, I remember Jim Hegan from first time seeing him in the 70s with the father-son cards. Johnny Buca, Ferris Fain, who is a Philadelphia Athletics, my mother's favorite team. Billy Goodman's got a little writing. Luke Easter has a little bit of writing on his face. Johnny Groth, Monty Irvin, a little worse for wear, but man, I think it's a beautiful card. So that's Sam Jethro, Milwaukee Braves. It says Ted Kluszewski with about as much sleeve as you'll ever see Ted Kluszewski. That's a 3/4 sleeve, folks. I don't know whether you can see that, but that's 3/4 worth of sleeve. Mel Parnell, Eddie Robinson, Elmer Vallow, another A, Hank Sauer, Dizzy Trout, Irv, Noren, Bob Wellman, Lou Cretlow, Ray Scarborough. This is Con Dempsey. Oh, did I lose it? Oops, sorry, guys. Con Dempsey. I don't know how you would ever trust a man named Con Dempsey, an Irish guy named Con. Eddie Jost has a stamp that says manager on there. I don't know if someone actually got a stamp made up and stamped that thing manager or whether that's legit. Gordon Goldsberry, Willie Jones from the Fightin' Phils, used to say about the Phils way back in the day. Phils used Lifebuoy soap, and they still stink. But this is coming off the days of the Whiz Kids there, the Fightin' Phils. Jim Russell, Don Mueller. This is Chris Van Koyk. Ray Boone, father of Bob Boone, grandfather of Brett and Aaron Boone. A couple Ray Boones. There's one that's a little boogered up, but fine with that. Eddie Lopat, looks that kill. Bob Mahoney, nice St. Louis Browns card there. Sid Hudson. This is Tookie Gilbert. He is a New York Giant there, Cooter. Howie Pollock, Roy Sievers. This is Preacher Rowe from the Dodgers. Allie Reynolds, Cliff Chambers. These are great cards, by the way. Virgil Stallcup, Tom Upton, William Worrell, Eddie Stanky with the San Luis Cardinals. Bob Kennedy, Ellis Kinder. Now, Bob Kennedy, I'm not sure if he was the father of Terry Kennedy. I believe that's the case. Terry Kennedy was a catcher back in the day for the Padres and the St. Louis Cardinals. Fred Hutchinson, I know he was with the Reds eventually. I believe Johnny Mize. And here's a nice little 51 Bowman. Bob Elliott just kind of snuck in there on us. So that's that. That's not even most of the box. Here's the rest of the box right here. So let's see what else we got. Thank you for sticking around so far, folks. We'll see what we have here in the rest of this box. I might have to pull over and change my underwear here. This is more 51 Bowmans. I got some Sibby Sisti here. 52 Bowmans are now on board. Max Certainot. Roy Hartsfield. He was, I believe, if I'm correct, I believe he was the first manager of the Blue Jays. Ned Garver. Ned Garver's got a little writing on his back. Cal Abrams. A lot of these have, some of these have writing on it. Bruce Edwards. This guy might have some writing on it here. This is Billy Hitchcock, who says he's the coach of the Tigers now. Thank God they didn't have Comic Sans font back then. Eddie Wakus. We all know what happened to Eddie Wakus. Eddie Wakus was pictured as a Philly. He's been stamped as an outfielder for the Orioles. So I don't know whether Glen had a stamp or what, but it's pretty cool. Clyde McCullough got done right on. Harry Downey. Nope, that's Peanuts Lowry. I'm sorry. I said Harry Downey. I meant Peanuts Lowry. All right, let's get into Alex. If you're still there, you may need to have the cigarettes handy. Here's some 53 Bowmans. Bob Rush. Bob Rush has, for you folks that complain that there's too much tape in the hobby these days, take a look at Bob Rush. Bob Rush, at least they didn't use duct tape, but Bob Rush is taped together. Here's a 53 Whitey Ashburn. Not bad. 53 black and white Bill Rigney. Back to the colors, we have Robin Roberts. He's a little creased up. Wow, look at this. You don't see these much, but Sal Magley, a nice little miscut. Here's a Sal Magley miscut, which is kind of cool. You don't see those that much, or I don't see those that much. 54 Bowman, folks. We moved on to 54 Bowman here. Johnny Logan, Jerry Coleman, Bill Goodman. I'm sorry, Billy Goodman, Ray Murray, Fred Hartfield, Mel Hoderline. He's got some writing back there. Ray Catt. This is weird. I wonder what's going on with here. I didn't know that there was a 54 Bowman that had printed name on it. You can see Ray Catt's name there. It's not signatured. Ebba St. Clair. Willie Jones has writing and a crease on it. It looks like there's a monster coming at his head, like precursor to Pac-Man. Look at this guy right here. Does that guy look familiar to you? Billy Martin, 54 Bowman. No writing, no creases, slightly soft corner. Whitey Lockman, Danny O'Connell, Ted Lepsio, Dave Philly. Now, Dave Philly, of course, is Philadelphia Athletics player. So Dave Philly, that's awesome. Early win. This is a probably a card that's got a little trimming going on. You can kind of tell by what's sneaking up underneath of it. So trimmed up early win. Sandy Consoigra, Billy Heft, Melvin Clark, Lester Moss, Sherm Lawler, Vern Law, Lou Burdett, Virgil Trucks. This is a Conrado Marrero, Stan Lopata, Jimmy Pearsall. This is, look at that signature right there. This is Al Robertson, but look at his signature. You want that shit crazy, folks. Owen Friend, Dick Littlefield, more Dick in the box. Johnny Buka. Willie, Bill Bruton, and Hal Rice, another printed 54 as opposed to signature name on there. Hal Rice. So let's see here. Pile those over there. It just smells like the 50s in here, folks. More 54. Sally Hemis, Joe Adcock, Bill Pierce, Sal Magley, another trimmed up card, Clem Labine, Paul LaPalme, Bobby Adams, Roy Smalley, Senior, I guess that would be. Here's our Andy Pafko, our number one card from the 52 again. Bob Boyd, Marion Fricano, William Hunter, Nellie Fox, Sid Gordon. This is a Giants card because it says so on the back here, Cooter. Dude wrote Giants right there. You can't see it. Art Huddleman or something like that. Sam Melee. The back looks like a bear's ass. Harvey Keene has been chopped and Kardashian photoshopped, a little taken off the sides there. Westrom, Smokey Burgess, Del Crandall, another Vic. This is an interesting card. Vic Rashi, but it's I don't know. That's been trimmed quite a bit. Restus Mini Minoso, Bob Friend, Harvey Perkowski, Ralph Kiner. I know him as a wonderfully malpropped announcer. Rip Rapolsky, Granny Hamner, getting into some Phillies here. Jack Dittmer, Myron Ginsberg, Joe Ginsberg, I guess is his real name or his playing name. Chico Carrasquale, Maury McDermott, Hoyt Wilhelm, Pee Wee Reese, Robert Schultz, I guess we just called him Bob Schultz, Fred Bazuski, Earl Torgeson. This is Bob Avila, Willard Marshall, Eddie Yost, and that's it for the 54 bows. Moving on to the 55 bows. Suter, Baker, Hacker, Scooter, Phil Rizzuto for the Money Store, Avila again. This is Al Smith, Don Hoke, Virgil Trucks, one of my favorite names in all of sporting history, Dick Cole. Say that one time fast. Red Chain East, Temple. It's not Shirley Temple. It's Johnny Temple. Vic Wertz. Is that Mickey Vernon, who is from the Delaware Valley? As they call that, Red Hook, PA? Marcus Hook, PA, I'm sorry. Frank Thomas, Enos Country Slaughter, Don Zimmer, Don Larson, Lou Burdett. These look like, if these were Glen cards at one time, looks like Glen put the pen down and made peace with his cards because these don't have any markings on them. Eddie Yost, Lou Limmer, something Walls, Lee Walls, Ted Gray, Sergeant Bilko, otherwise known as Steve Bilko, another Jerry Coleman, Johnson, Don Johnson. So this is prior to his Miami Vice days. He was a pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles prior to moving south. Bobby Thompson, Hemus. That's Solly Hemus right there. That's a great baseball name. Lou Cretlow, Vern Stevens, Bob Miller, Bob Hall. Somebody let a Pollock in here. It's Vic Janowitz, Consuergo again, Adams, Corwin, Whitey Ashburn, Willard Marshall, Harvey Kuhn, Bobby Shantz, still alive, still signing at shows for those who know in Philadelphia. Bob Neiman. It's not Don Staley, it's Jerry Staley. Hughes, Jim Hughes. Moose Scourin. Batts. Is it Billy Batts? It's Matt Batts. Billy Batts was in Godfellas, I think. Charlie Maxwell. Look at this for you catcher freaky deeks. Got ourselves Toby Atwell. Look at him, man. Looking for that baseball out in the outfield. Carl Erskine, Sherm Lawler, Ray Cat, right? Vic Rashi, another Pulaski guy. Bazuski. There's Fred Bazuski again. Bob Lemon, who started out as an outfielder, came back as a pitcher. And George Strickland. So some 55 bows last year of the Bowmans. And there's more here, folks. Here's this guy, Joe Nuxall, right? Great card. Ralph Kiner. Vernon Law, he's beat up a little. Allie Reynolds. Milt Bowling. Frank Shea. Gromick. Steve Gromick. Ralph Beard. John Sonny Dixon. Jack Dittmer. George Kell. One of the 58s I need. Billy Pierce. Preacher Rowe. Two Preacher Rows. Del Crandall. Joe Adcock. Jim Hearn. Look at this name. Kemmerer. Russ Kemmerer. Al Jeffcoat. This is not Fonzie, but it's D. Fondy. Paul Richards. Brazil. Al Brazil. Serena. Bill Serena. Here's Gus Bell, another one of those father-son combinations. Harry Dorish, Billy Gardner, and Walt Dropo. This is a card that I have no idea what this is. Take it out of its fancy sleeve. It looks like the greatest hitter of all time, Theodore Samuel Williams. I know there's some Sam Williams folks out there. Ted Sam Williams people out there. So if you know what that is, save me the trouble looking that up. Look at this. This is the back of something. Antonio Taylor. It looks like it was the back of a card. Let me look this up real quick. Antonio Taylor, 44. This is the back of a 1960 Leaf, and I probably have this 60 Leaf, but I don't know whether it's a misprint or whether it was a science project. But it's the back of a 1960 Leaf card. Look at this nice little pennant right here. Sorry about that, Bo. But it says that the Tigers are world champions and they beat Cubs 4 games to 3 games. That'll be a fun little thing to look up. Nolan Ryan Express. I probably have this, but a little junk wax era Nolan Ryan stuff. That's fun. Yankees 4 games to 0 games over the Cubs. So apparently the Cubs enjoyed being bottoms back then. Giants 4 games over the Indians since 1954. Yankees 4 games over the Cubs. Again, that's 32. Was that the year the shot was called? How many times did the Yankees beat the Cubs 4-0? Pirates 4 over the Yankees 3. This is 1960, of course. The walk-off homer by Maz. Dodgers finally beat the Yankees in 1955. Red Sox 4 games to 2 games over the Cubs. Boy, the Cubs sucked in the World Series. Pirates over the Senators. Yankees over the Pirates. Tigers beat the Cubs again. Boy, the Cubs got in the World Series a lot, but they didn't really show up after the season ended. Indians won in 1920. I did not know that. I guess somebody had to win because the White Sox were probably going to win that World Series before it all blew up on them in 1920. Braves, of course, beat the Yankees 4 games to 3, 57, Hank Aaron. 48 Indians over the Braves there, and that was probably I guess that would have been Spahn and Sane, Satchel Paige, and Larry Doby in that match along with Bob Feller. Yankees 4 games over the Cardinals, 4-0. Cardinals 4 over the Browns. So I'm apologize for not knowing this, but it's pretty wild how in Subway Series, I guess, in St. Louis that I didn't know it existed. That's fun. Cardinals over the Yankees in 26. Here's another one of those, what I assume is a Teddy Ball Game card there. And the Senators, Walter Johnson's only World Championship, beat the Giants. I assume it's a John McGraw-led Giants, 4-3, 4 games to 3. Here are some Fleer. It's a Philadelphia Athletics Fleer sticker there. Join the Hires Baseball Club today. So here is a Haddonfield, New Jersey, by the way. Learn how to play baseball from the big leaguers, how to pitch. 10 cents to the Hires bottle cap picture on the reverse side and send with 2 Hires bottle caps. Oh, just paste 10 cents. So it says how to pitch, catch, judge plays. Just paste 10 cents to the Hires bottle cap pictured on the reverse side and send with 2 Hires bottle caps. So put your 10 cents right here, folks. Send it to Charles E. Hires Company, P.O. Box 500, Haddonfield, New Jersey, and you're going to get a How to Play Baseball book and a valuable membership card. Here's a Senators sticker, Red Sox sticker, Mark Hoyle. I don't know whether you have that. Cincinnati Redlegs, and a Giants. This looks like a kind of a modern age Giants logo. Is this what they switched to when they moved to San Francisco? Cooter? Don't know that answer. So that's it. We still have a little ways to go here in the box. Scott Reindeer Studios. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Phillies, Cards, the Tigres, the Yankees. How original is that logo? The Orioles, the Yankees, the Angels, Chicago Cubs. I guess these are now from the early 60s because it's got our Minnesota Twins, but it still has our Milwaukee Braves. So somewhere between, was that 60 and 65, I guess, or 66. The Indians again. Scott, you can have one of those if you want. Dodgers. This is a Reds, not a Red Legs. Tigers. Look at that. So this is from the previous administration. The Senators, Orioles, Pirates, another Red Sox, another Milwaukee Braves, another Philadelphia A's, Cardinals, another Cubs. Boy, I know who's got dibs on all this stuff. Philly A's, Pirates again, Phillies, and Giants again. And look at that Chicago. Chicago was kind of classy there, right? So, Cooter, that was the New York Giants, huh? All right, man, I believe you. It just looks so modern, you know? All right, guys, let's get into some more fun stuff here. 53 Bowman, or 53 Tops. Monty Irvin, Joe Black, Willie Jones, Virgil Trucks. This card is under protest by the previous owner. Don Calloway, Bob Porterfield, Clint Courtney. I always loved the St. Louis Browns logos on there. This is Tommy Glaviano. Harry Simpson, Art Schultz, Rip Rapolsky, Jim Pendleton. As you can see here, it says Milwaukee Braves. There's a lot of these 53 tops that have Boston Braves on them. And Dixie Walker. Moving on to the 54 tops, Gus Zernial, Monty Irvin, Pete Runnels, Ted Kozlowski, Bobby Young, Paul Smith, Del Crandall, Preacher Rowe, Al Rosen, Vic Janowitz, Walt Dropo, Johnny Lipone, Luke Easter, Granny Hamner, Harvey Kuhn, Ray Jablonski, Ferris Fain, Paul Minner, Jim Hegan, Junior Gillum, Eddie Stanky, Willie Jones, Ned Garver, Richie Ashburn. This is Ken Raffensperger, Ellis Kinder, Ray Murray. If you grew up in Philly, there was a guy who hosted the evening magazine show called Ray Murray. Our hero, Decole. I said it, Matt Batts. Jerry Lane has been trimmed. Went to Fat Camp. Bob Keegan, Bob Sandlock. Look at that. That's a great catcher card for you gimps. Bill Bruton, Rip Rapolsky, Solly Hemus, Steve O'Neill, Johnny Padres, Mel Roach. Oh boy, my pile runneth over. Earl Combs. This is Cot Deal. Cot Deal just said, screw you. All right, Cot Deal is back. Carl Sawatsky, who let all these Polish people in, Rocky Nelson, Bob Perky, Jehozy, Hurd, and Al Aber. So we're at least 2 dickholes into this thing, which is pretty cool. Still plenty of boxes here. So yeah, that again so far that Andy Pafko was something I've been waiting for with bated breath. Let's see what we have in here, folks. Oh boy, looks like we're going almost. Oh my gosh, this is cards are hard. It says it right there. It's not all it's hard right now. All right, 55. This is Jake Thies, Roy Sievers. Put them up. Bobby Hoffman, Russ Kemmerer, Andy Carey, Bruce Scour, and Johnny Pods, Dick Grote, Vic Power, Joe Cunningham, Bob Turley, Bill Glen, just some more 55s, a bunch of 55s. Don't want to bore everybody with those because you all been spoiled right now. So put those over the 55 pile. More football cards coming here. Look at that. Alex Karras, some 49ers stuff. What is this? California, San Francisco, 49ers. Oh, Southern California. These look like they're miscuts, right? So some miscut stickers, which is kind of cool. Georgia Tech, Purdue, Nebraska, SMU, Virginia, old school stuff. Brownies, Niners, Bears, Browns, Washington Redskins. I'm not sure if you can get away with that anymore. The Detroit Lions, St. Louis Cardinals, the baseball Cardinals, Pittsburgh Steelers. Look at those steel mills inside of football. Pretty cool. Page, he's live. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Abe Woodson, more football stuff. And there is a ton of football in here, folks. I'm not going to go through everything, but these are 1960s. Hugh McElhenney again. Drunk Uncle Alert right there. That's your Bob Gain. Look at this guy, Paul Hornung from Notre Dame, from Green Bay, Max McGee. This is just too much fun. Yeah, I could look through these too all day long. So Alan Amici, lots of Hall of Famers in there, some team cards. Look at this guy. Everybody shows up on photo day with great hair, and this guy is like got something about Mary. Bill Anderson is his name, Washington Redskins. So 60s there. Look at that. I believe these guys might have been world champions in 1960. Just ask Frank Gifford how that game went. Here's a 64 Dean Chance just kind of floated in here. I know what you're thinking. Oh, 64 Dean Chance. Who needs a 64? But we got him. Oh, we got some more 60 Leafs in here. Look at this stack right here. Dear God. I have a bunch of these, but I have to see which ones I don't have, right? Woody held. Who doesn't like a good Woody held on a cold winter evening? All these guys, I have to check on the numbers, but I have a lot of these. Look at this, Zach. Got two of those now. This is Chuck Cottier. Not sure which card this is. If anybody knows, you can shout it out. And here's some just art cards. Look at that Fred Hutchinson art card right there. How cool is that, man? All right, so I'll go through that stuff later on my own. With the lights are dim, and I'll have Woody held and Dick Cole by my side. Oh boy, it's better than one. There's two Sox cards right there. All right. What else? There's a pile here. So this is another thing that I was looking at right there. I mean, here's more of these. Whatever Earth cards. That's Sputnik. Sputnik is descending, folks. Sputnik is descending. Look at these football cards here. These are beautiful. Eddie Bell. Look at that right there. Lou Groza, Hall of Famer right there. George Blanda. Tell me how old George Blanda is, because he had cards into the 70s. Let's see what this one is. So this is a guy who had cards in at least 3 decades, which wasn't easy for a football player, that's for sure. That's a 56 Topps football card. So these are all 56s. Alan Amici. This guy, I swear, is on like 10 of the baseball cards, Janowitz, that we had. Dick Mogul, Billy Vessels. Boy, it'd be great to have a name like Dick Mogul. Dick Moguls, Hal Giancarelli. This guy's stretching. I love that. Emlyn Tunnel. Love that stretch. Darrell Pete Brewster, because if your name's Darrell, your name is Darrell Burton Brewster, of course your nickname is Pete. Ed Brown stretching it out with a white football. Ed Brown's got the white football right there. Anyway, that's that. 56 football, 56 Topps footballs. We'll put them in a pile. Some more footballs here. Not sure what these are. These are, I don't know what these are. Bobby Garrett, 16, right? Let's look at Bobby Garrett, 16. Did that all that typing with one finger, by the way. Bob Garrett, 16. Doesn't like Bobby Garrett. Let's try Bob Garrett, huh? 54 Bowman, folks. Lou the Toe, right on. I think he was from, was he from near Weirton and all those guys? Scott, I'm not sure if he was down there by Wheeling. So 54 Bowman football, folks. Doak Walker, Y.A. Tittle, all that stuff. I'm sure Mike Moynihan is on a flight to Philadelphia. He wants these cards back ASAP. So here's some more of the 56s here. So probably about 100 of those. Bam. More 56s. Ernie Stautner. We know him mostly as a coach. I don't know what Norm Willie is doing. And Norm Willie is a great name as well. Boy, more cards. More cards. All right, let's go. We only got 2 more boxes left. When I say 2, I mean 3. Let's see what's in here next. Boy, he packed these tight. A bunch of 1961 Topps. We got some 62 Topps. Didn't know that was part of the deal. We have a Gunsmoke card. That's Doc and Matt. It says right there, Doc and Matt on Gunsmoke card. Boatload of 60 Topps. Bill Rigney, Johnny Kipplestein, all that stuff. 59 Topps. So we are well represented here. 59, 60, 61, and 62. We got some postcards. Eddie Yost. So look at all these posts. These are all postcards here. 58 Tony Kubek. More postcards. So I got a lot of postcards here. And post serial cards, I meant to say. So more 60s. More 60s. And let's see what else we got. Yeah, so this is a boatload of Gunsmoke cards from back in the day. Have Gun, Will Travel, Wagon Train, Boots and Saddles, folks. Boots and Saddles. So I won't bore you with all the Miss Kitty or whatever cards, but they're in there. Trust me. What else we have here? These are. I'd like a pair of glasses, please. So these are some kind of wacky, crazy, you'll die laughing cards from Bubbles Inc. Oh boy, you'll die laughing. Let me look that up real quick just so we kind of know what year it is. I imagine the late 50s. I don't know who Bubbles Inc. is. Die laughing. 1959, you'll die laughing. So these are from 1959. Get the Gunsmoke. I'm sure it's from the same era. Down to 2 real boxes, I promise. Almost done. Oh boy, what is this? Oh my gosh, blue tips. I don't know, Dom. 55 blue tips. I don't know, sir. What do we got here? More stickers from the Packers and Lions and all that. These are shiny. Look at these cards. These are Army cards. Army, I guess they're college cards. There's another Lou Groza from back in the day. So boatload more football. And then whatever these things are, the Scarlet Clue. I don't know what these guys are. That'll be fun figuring out that. There's this Island Earth. And then a couple stamps in there. Topps baseball stamp album. So I got a bunch of baseball stamps. Tony Taylor, Floyd Robinson, Ron Santo. Chuck Schilling, who is famously on a 64 Topps card with Carly Yastrzemski, Billy Williams, Norm Seaver, and all that stuff. A third Chicago White Sox thingamajob sticker. All right, let me try to figure this out here. I got too much crap in my way. I'm a mess. Die laughing. I'm not going to die, but I will be laughing. All right, Gunsmoke, all that stuff. One more box, folks, and then we'll get on out of here, have some dinner, lay down with our cards. And this guy has a lot of tape on it. None of it is green painter's tape. So obviously there's a couple thousand cards here. I would guess probably around, 3,000-4,000 cards. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm happy. This guy happens to be on top here, 1960 Jim Brown. Football card. I love that 60 Jim Brown. And this is Lieutenant Rip Masters. 1958 Screen Gems, Rip Masters. This John is packed solidly. So let's see here. Civil War. These are the Civil War cards that I think a lot of us know about. First of all, there's a Mount Everest card. I guess that's Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay summiting that Mount Everest. So Civil War cards, these are kind of famous in the Topps lore, fully illustrated with the story to tell, suicide charge, the flaming forest, the flaming death, victim of the war. Seems like things have not changed since the 1860s or the 1950s. We're still shooting at each other for some stupid reason. Hold on, folks. Shoehorn. Let me just do it this way. All right. Family Flees. This is more Civil War fun stuff. What is this? These are idiot cards. It says idiot cards right there. So a bunch of idiot cards. We'll see what they are on our own time. Homework. Grandma Hags. Rotten eggs. Grandma Hag's rotten eggs. These are Mr. Phony's funnies. Again, from the 50s, I presume. And boy, what a good time these kids used to have back then. Jim Brown, he was a good lacrosse player over there at the Q's. More Civil War stuff? I don't know. I don't think that's a Civil War. That's the Douglas Skyrocket. All sorts of fun cards for world history, I guess. Aeroplanes, snakes and birds and airplanes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. Ooh, I have one of these, but now I have more. I think I just had Ulysses Grant. Now I got all the presidents. Thankfully, it stops well short of the modern age, because our presidents have sucked for a little bit of time. That's the Coman HTK-1 helicopter right there. Let's see. Almost done here, folks, digging through this box. What is this? Oh, of course. It's the Tony Curtis cards. Debbie Reynolds, Jerry Lee Lewis. He just passed away. Johnny Matches, Drifters, Four Aces, Nick Noble. This is the Teddy Randazzo rookie card right here. Ferlin Husky, Delarice, Barbara Lang, Alan Freed coined the term rock and roll supposedly, and such and such, Four Aces, Four Lads, Sal Mineo, Rhonda Fleming, and yeah. So some pop culture stuff right there. Here's another one of these Beast with a Million Eyes cards. And anyway, so that's it. I got some more Civil War news stuff in here. And then this is the other reason that I bought this this bunch of cards, essentially sight unseen. And I think it's a pretty big deal. And maybe you agree with me. If you know, you know. I did not follow wrestling when I was a kid because we kind of did the real thing. Growing up in a family with three boys, this is how we spent our Saturday mornings. So these are the 59 Fleer, I believe. 59 Fleer, and you can tell, see, it's got the same deal, that same Fleer logo. So these are the 59 Fleer Three Stooges cards. So these are pretty iconic cards right here. Pretty popular cards with collectors, and I'm not a huge Three Stooges person, but I do appreciate these cards in particular. So I'm looking forward to those finding a home in my collection. And looks like there's plenty of duplicates in here too. Look at old Mo and Curly. So it looks like there's more than one set in here of the 1959 Fleer Three Stooges cards, trying the squeeze play right there. So again, the Andy Pafko drew my eye, and as did the Fleer cards as well. Just going to wrap this up. Some more of these rocket cards, all that stuff. So a great look back at pop culture in the 50s. It's like a time capsule, this stuff. So looking forward to putting these into my collection. I went out and got a bunch of vintage sleeves in anticipation. Turns out most of the stuff is already sleeved up. So that's a risk I'll take any day, and I'm glad I didn't have to use them. So that's that. That's the big cardboard, chasing cardboard. I guess almost the grand finale. It's the stuff that nobody wanted, but I got. If you're in the market for Tony Curtis, let me know, or Sal Mineo, or Debbie Reynolds, or two Debbie Reynolds. So anyway, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, especially Glenn, for bringing these things into the 21st century so that I can enjoy them, and hopefully you guys enjoy this little unraveling and unwrapping of the box that was sent from Mike Moynihan. Thank you, gents, ladies, children of all ages. Have a great day. Bye.